Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nosa Asemota. I'm the visual storyteller to the President-elect Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. What that simply means is I'm responsible for documenting his images, releasing his images, and also telling his story like filmmaking as well. I just have a few things to say. I think my images have been victims of fake news because a lot of my images were doctored during the period of the campaign. And in my experience as a visual storyteller, one of the things that I've learned that we say a picture is like speaking 1,000 words. Now, if I take a picture from this event and I put it out there, it gives a perspective to the outside world. And it's that image that people use most times as evidence. Professor was talking a few minutes ago, he talked about your source. So sometimes those images are used as evidence to validate what happened in that particular event. And now that everybody now is like an image maker because we all have smartphones. So if I bring out my camera and I take a picture with my camera, it will take me, roughly 10-15 minutes to process the image to ensure that, it looks good because, it looks as good as I want it to be. But you with your smartphone can just pick it up and just make a tweet in less than a minute. So before I have the opportunity to be able to tell my story as fast as I should, because of the power of a smartphone, it's just one point, right? You can easily do that. And I feel like because of the evolution of smartphone, it is easier to tell stories the wrong way. And I feel like we can all do better. So in just about 3 minutes, I would share what, to me personally, I feel like everybody should bear in mind when taking a picture. There's something I used to say to myself regularly. When I hold my camera sometimes and I'm practicing or I'm making my personal affirmation, I say to myself that it's an honor to hold this camera. And to me, this camera is not just a camera to just shoot anybody. When I take this camera and I place it in front of anybody, it is my responsibility to use this camera to honor the next person or whoever I'm shooting with this camera. So it means that if I'm going to take your picture, I will take a picture that honors you and not a picture that dishonors you. Because an image makes people feel in a particular way. And we can control the way people feel by what we put out there. So there's this narrative over the years about Africa, that Africa is a slum. And it was because people like me took images about Africa and took it from the perspective of a slum. But there are slums also in the United States. But you don't see those places because people are choosing to tell a particular story. So if I take a picture of a guy begging on the road, and even if the picture is me putting money in the tray of the guy begging on the road, I'm indirectly sending a 1% message that we have beggars in Africa. So I strongly believe that we can do so much better. I used to tell fellow photographers that before you're a photographer, you're a human being first, all right? And you should be kind in how you tell stories. So it's a challenge every day that we should do better. A lot of images that I've put out there, sometimes when I see it, I'm weak because they will take those images and they will just convert them into something. And Shegun Ada will do a lot of work by, this is the real one, this is not the real one. But sometimes when when the fake news is out, to debunk it is a lot of stress. So I feel like if everyone take it as a personal responsibility to always honor people with what we do and to choose to tell a better narrative or tell a better story about our community, about our society, I think we'll make progress. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be very difficult to control, but by every individual making a personal decision to make an effort to project Africa or to project Nigeria or to project Nigerian politics and not demonize anybody with our gadgets, Because I would take pictures with my phone and do well, but your smartphone, whatever your smartphone can do, I don't know, I can't help it. So let's do better with our phones, because everybody now is a visual storyteller. Thank you.
Thank you, Nosa.